everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And today we're going to talk about a new administration. What does that mean for us? Your investments, the future. We got to talk about it, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Stop Struggling Now gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right, welcome back. And tonight we have a live stream, but this is going to be members only chat. So if you're having a problem saying something in the chat room, it's supposed to be members only. Those are members who hit the join button and subscribe every month, not just subscribers tonight. So that may be why some of you may not be able to chat. This is a members only that can chat, but everybody can watch the live stream. So we're going to be talking about this evening. Anything any member wants to talk about, they can put it down below in the chat. But let's talk about a new administration in the United States of America. And I call it the A-Team. Why? Let's get real. Infrastructure bill. What does that mean? Suppliers, building, steel, electricity, solar, renewable energy, electric vehicles, solar, 5Gs, AI, cloud storage. You're going to need all of it. And not to mention, we got to talk about satellites because they're going to help as well. So we got to have a stimulus package coming up. Tanisha Lyles, welcome to the live stream. We have a stimulus package coming up. The $900 billion, that was a down payment. Now we're talking about $1.9 trillion. Where do you think you should be putting your money? You know who's getting most of this money. The top 10 percenters who own 85%. No, I'm sorry. The top 10% of the wealthiest own 92% of the stock market. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. So you can't get left behind. You know where they're going to be putting their money. So we can talk about it this evening. All right, let's go. This is what we're going to be talking about. What do we have to do in 2021? We made a killing in 2020. But can we repeat that? Oh, my God. Yes, we can. All right. Look at here. Tanisha Lyles, welcome to the live stream. Glad to see you here this evening. Thank you so much for being here. Mr. Evans, Mo Money Evans, good evening. Glad to see you this evening. So much, and everybody who's watching this video after the live stream, you notice they have icons next to their name. That means they're members of the channel, and they're the only ones that can chat this evening. Everybody else, you'll have to leave comments down below after the video's over. All right. Curtis Davis, good evening to you. Glad to see you here this evening. All right. We're about to drop some gems, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just calling it like it is because, like I said, we have the A-Team in town. So we're going to have infrastructure bills, bridges, buildings, highways, roads. That means we need concrete. That means we need steel. I think you should be investing in concrete, steel, and the suppliers, don't you? Think about it. And as Curtis Davis says, let's get this money. That's right. That's what we're talking about this evening. What are we going to do in 2021? I'm waiting to hear some suggestions. We know what happened. G Money, George Maples. He's the one that introduced us to UAVS 3 months ago. Oh, my God. Can we talk about what's happened in 3 months? It went from $2 and then it's now at $14 in not even a month. We've been talking about it for 2 to 3 months now. It was under $2, ladies and gentlemen. It was under $3. And today it's like $14. You know we're going to show it like it is. Let's talk about this because this is a drone company. Amazon got approval. And other companies are going to get approval to drop packages by using drones as well. So this is going to be a thing for the future. And luckily for you, you were on the ground floor. At $14.50, we're still on the ground floor. 30% up yesterday. Thank you, Curtis Davis. You know how we do this here. Let's go look at it. Shall we? UAVS, ladies and gentlemen. We know how it always works. There'll be some Johnny-come-latelys, but it's all right. There's nothing wrong with that. Not everybody can have the George Maples, the Curtis Davises, the Mr. Evans on their chat. You know how that goes. We can't all have that. So we're fortunate. Gems are being dropped by these individuals. So I'm going to show you right now. This is UAVS, ladies and gentlemen. And before I show you now, Charlene, a new member, even though I know who Charlene is, she now has an icon next to her name, which was a beautiful thing to see. Glad you can make it here this evening, Charlene. All right, you guys see this UAVS on the screen. And once again, I hate to say it, but we have to toot our own horn, and it's all because of George Maple. He was here 2 months ago, almost 3 months ago. In fact, I'll go back 6 months so you guys can see what we're talking about. He's the one that told us it was under $1. So it must have been like early, at the end of October, early November, it was like $2. And I just want to show you for all to know, some people think you can't invest right now and still come out way ahead. That's 626% on our money, ladies and gentlemen, all because George Maple dropped UAVS on a Friday night live. That's right, G Money. He gave it to us on a Friday night live. You could have been there. A lot of people with the icons next to their name, they were there. And all it took was a little bit of money. Imagine just $50. 25 shares is now $350 thereabouts. This is the kind of thing that can happen this year as well. And this UAVS is not even over. As Curtis Davis just mentioned, yesterday it moved 30%. And when it's this cheap, 30% is just $1.50, $1.25, $1.89. That's 30% on your money. How many of you have a 401k? How many of you have a mutual fund, an index fund, and they send you a statement? You're going to get one right now. And it says, congratulations, you got 8% on your money. You got 11% on your money. You could have gotten 500% on your money. Now, once you figure that out, now you start thinking, wait a minute, I don't need to be sending these clowns my money. I need to be investing it myself. That's how you should keep it. And just remember, keep it for 1 year. Whatever your investment in, believe in the stock, keep it for 1 year because you have a tax event. 1 year, you owe 15% in capital gains. If you buy a stock, just for instance, that's UAVS, and you bought it at $10, and it goes up to, well, let's call it $15. Yes, you earn $5 per share, but you're going to have to pay 25% of that $5 profit you got. Whereas after a year, you only owe 15%. And it starts adding up once you start having more shares. And if you do that often enough, you're not going to want to sell at 25% taxable event for your profits. All right? So that's what we're talking about here. UPS may be partnering with drone company. Exactly. That's what's going to happen. FedEx, UPS. That's how all the big dogs work. Curtis Davis, you know this. This is what we talked about before when we were talking about marijuana stocks. And that's going to happen again. The top 5, the top 10 companies always partner up. It's going to happen here. So who's the top dog in the drone space? It could be a couple of companies. But right now, the smallest UAVS, they're rising to rival the top companies. So we got a lot to talk about. 2021 is here. And again, this is the perfect setup, the perfect storm. If you didn't think last year you can become a millionaire, well, hold on tight, ladies and gentlemen, because the party's just now starting. Let me give you some more insight. We have Janet Yellen, the queen of stimulus money. She came in last week and she's talking about we need more stimulus. She's sounding like Ben Bernanke in 2007, 2008, 2009. She's going to be calling up the banks. Watch. She's going to be rounding them up this week or maybe early next week, if not already tomorrow. She's going to have a little chat with them because, of course, they got to hold some money, you know. And we got to make sure the feds are on board. So we got to get that stimulus money going. We're going to need another $2 trillion, which is 10% of our yearly annual GDP for the United States of America. So you know inflation is coming, ladies and gentlemen. Inflation is going to come. So you can plan on that. All right. Curtis Davis saying it like it is. 401k robbed without a gun. That's right. And you're happily giving your money away. That's the thing about the 401k, the top 10 percenters, the hedge funds, the Wall Street guys. You and everybody else who has a job, a W-2 job, you're sitting there sending your money into a 401k. You're giving your money to the exact same people that are using it to make, like we just said, 600% on our money. And then they ship you 10%, 15%, 20%. And you think you're doing great. Little did you know you could have done 10 times that amount, 30 times that amount. Your wealth is being siphoned off everywhere you turn. When the taxes are going to be higher because of this COVID situation, because of previous tax cut, tax breaks, that's siphoning off your wealth. So that's why you need an LLC. If you missed the last video, I suggest you go check it out. You got to get an LLC so you can get tax deductions. A lot of them. You don't want to keep paying 25, 30% of your hard-earned money into the coffers of government who's not really doing you any favors. Hell, you can't even get health care for all. Let's get real. All right, there we go. AVAV. That's right, Curtis Davis. He's on top of the drone situation. Let's go look at this. That's a lot more. In fact, it's 10 times the price of, they have the military contracts. They're 10 times the price. Let me get this on screen so everybody can see it. There we go. American defense contractor, they're 10 times the price of UAVs. And of course, look at this drop. I love to see this, of course, because this just means buy more. You know how it's going. This is almost too easy, ladies and gentlemen. I hate to say it like that because I'm not a financial advisor. But how I look at it, if you have a president who says, we're going to do artificial intelligence, we're going to do renewable energy, we're going to do electric vehicles, we're all down for infrastructure, we're down for building infrastructure United States, we're down for getting clean renewable energy sources, biofuels, which now means corn, plant food, plant life, all that is in play. Those are all investable items. And here we are with AeroVironment, unmanned aerial vehicles. Again, look at that stock price, 131, and now you know why UAVs keeps rising. All right? One company is military contracts. The other company will probably have the UPS, FedEx, Amazon contracts. You getting the game plan yet? That's one of them. Very powerful, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Let's see. I'm holding on. The playbook wide open. Print, print, print. Exactly. We all want the print. They said raising minimum wage to 15 and job role 25% tax. Exactly. Exactly. So you guys can already do the numbers. When you get $15, a quarter of it's already gone. That's almost $3 and what, 75 cents? Something like that, $3.90 gone. So you're working for $15, but you're really only getting like 11. 11 times 40 is $440, ladies and gentlemen, times 4. $1,600 a week. Where can you live? I know a lot of places you can live. They're not usually in family-friendly neighborhoods because you got to live somewhere with the roof over your head. Then you have to figure out where you're going to get the food. And the price of food is going up because of inflation. Say it after me, inflation. I hate to keep saying this, but this is why you can't get ahead when you have a job working for somebody else unless you already get paid that $60,000, that $70,000 and up per year. Because if you get paid like $50,000 per year, when they take away 25% of your money, you're in the 30s. Let's face facts. You're somewhere around 40,000, 39,000. That's only 3,500 a month. And in most places, rent, if you have a family, is going to cost you more, probably half of that. So let's just keep it real. And your food and groceries and energy and electricity is going to cost you something too. So you're going to have to figure out a spot or a place that you can make money while you sleep. There's only a few. Stock market's one of them. Running your own business is another. Cryptocurrency is acting proper. Everything for investments, make your money work for you under all circumstance and reduce your debt. That's what we need to do in 2021. Get your debt down. It always helps when you're using somebody else's money to pay for your debt, to pay for your lifestyle. So that's why I always talk about getting your LLC started. It's more imperative than ever in 2021 and 2022 because you need to start a business. You need to monetize yourself. All right. They said raising. Yep. Many people ask, can I afford home $35K a year even when not? No, you cannot. That's right. Unfortunately, a large percentage of the population only make like $40,000 per year. We're in the land of milk and honey. That's what they keep saying. Teladoc, Amwell, maybe the best moves for the health sector. That's right. Let's talk about Amwell. You know that's my favorite. One of my favorites is Amwell, underpriced. Well, it was underpriced. You guys know we should be all bullish on the health sector, right? AMWL. We should all be bullish. This is where we should be bullish, all in the health sector, the Teladocs, the Amwells. We have to be bullish, ladies and gentlemen. Pfizer, it doesn't matter. You got to be in the health game. 400,000 Americans are dead. 1 in 18 Americans have a COVID situation. The fallout from the COVID, there's ailments after COVID for all those people who have caught COVID, and the regular health situation where there's no health care for all. So some people don't even go to the doctor because it costs an arm and a leg. So sooner or later, somebody's going to get sick. Where do they have to go? The health industry. Look at this. Amwell just came out. We've talked about this before. It was around 22. I think I bought it at the IPO. It was like $22, but this keeps saying 23. But anyhow, it doesn't really matter. Even if you got it just September when it was 28, you're still going to be ahead. It's only 6%, but this company has been around since 2006. And $30 is cheap because I will show you the TDoc who merged with LVGO. Look at this. Look at what's been happening here. It's like the same chart as Amwell, but over the long term, you can see what Amwell and other health companies should be doing. So again, health is going to be another industry for your investments in 2021. Whether it's Teladoc, whether it's going to be Amwell, there's a couple of options here. There's therapeutics as well. Let's go look at, this is not therapeutics, but this is going to be energy. And we're talking about OEG. And it's been going downhill the last few days. But a month ago, some of you who were members of the channel might have remembered 3 or 4 weeks back when I said I bought OEG when it was $2 and I don't remember what it was. It was $2 and 30 cents, somewhere like that. So see, here it is. Yep, there we go. Just at the end of December. And so those people, if they believed we're in the energy, because that's what's going to happen, we would be up. Well, we are up. We're up 90%. We almost doubled our money, ladies and gentlemen, just from like 3 weeks ago. So again, these are the kind of things that you have to look at. Energy, renewable resources, our favorites, DHTs. These are the kind of things that you have to look for. All right. Diesel Mike, welcome to the live stream. Glad to see you here this evening. We're talking about that 2021 investments. What are we going to do? We're going to stay the course. That's what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to stay the course. Healthcare. Thank you for bringing that up, Curtis Davis. Energy sector. Steel, which is X, by the way. U.S. Steel is X. That's their stock symbol. I suggest you get into the steel companies. We're going to be talking about EVs, of course. NEO is the big headliner. But there's also LI. There's a bunch of other companies. There's also such a thing as, since people have been sick and they've been indoors, DraftKings. They just got to deal with Michigan. And by the way, speaking of that, hold on a second. Let me go talk about some more health, because I can't let this slide. We have some more gems to drop this evening. Hold on a second. Let me get here. I'm going to show you guys something else that's dropping tomorrow on the New York Stock Exchange, quietly. Here we go. Hims and Hers Health. Some of y'all might have heard me. Well, no. Yeah, I think we talked about it on a Friday Night Live, OAC. Okay. Now, OAC already trades on the stock exchange. As you can see, let me make sure I have this up. Yeah, everybody can see it. So you guys can see this. Okay. Now, tomorrow, beginning January 21st, Hims and Hers. And the stock symbol is going to be HIM as in Mary S. Shares of Class A common stock will trade on the New York Stock Exchange. The 21st is tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. You have a chance to get in early, just like Amwell, just like Hims and Hers. And you can do a double dip. You can do OAC and HIMS. And again, proprietary technology always matters. All right. And again, this is in the healthcare field. So again, tomorrow you have another chance to join the party early at a lower price. No, we're not top 10 percenters, so we can't buy in at whatever their low price is and automatically win when it opens up on the stock market. But we can get in early. Just like when I got in at $22 when Amwell opened up, and now it's $30. You guys can do, that's $8 difference. So that's what, 40% on my money and everybody else. And when Amwell came out, I did a video about it. We talked about it on the live stream. So everybody could have been in that $22, $23 range if you believe in the healthcare industry. And you can't go wrong. More and more people are going to be sick. Let's just face facts. All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's another one for you tomorrow. So get your Robinhood and Webull links. They're down below in the description like normal. And please, it took me 25 minutes to remember today. Please smash that like button. And if you want to become a member of the channel, please hit that subscribe button down below if you like what we talk about, because we talk about a bunch of different ways to improve your life financially and financial literacy. Yesterday's video, in case you missed it, I did a video and we talk about having an LLC. When you have an LLC, just make sure that you do proper. You have the business bank account. You write yourself a check. If you're a regular LLC, you take a draw. That way you don't have tax. That's not a taxable event. But remember, you got to write yourself a check as a employee of the company. Everybody wants to be CEO. Everybody wants to be bigwig. I'm the owner. But start changing your mindset. You create the company, an LLC. But remember, you work for the LLC. That's how you have to look at it. So you're an employee of the company, so you're writing a check. You can make a draw, non-taxable event. Then I can write a check and say, okay, I wrote myself a check for $1,000. That's my W-2. Now I owe tax on that as an employee. Are you getting it? Hopefully you understand what I'm saying. If you change your company to an S Corp, it's no longer called a draw. It's going to be called a distribution. And you're still writing yourself a check. Now, whatever state you live in, you're going to have to sign up with your revenue department, and you do have to send in money to the state because every employee on your payroll, you have to send money in. But I will tell you this, it's less than 15.3% that you have to pay for self-employment tax. And I'll give you an example. In Florida, it's 2.7% is what you have to pay. Okay? But if you run an LLC without being an S Corp, you're going to have to give 15.3% in self-employment tax, and it's a pass-through entity. All right? So, and the profits, depending on if it's Schedule C, you're going to have to pay 15.3% on those profits. So that's why you might want to do an S Corp as long as you make over about, once you hit 40,000, it makes sense. 40,000 or more, 45,000 or more. Definitely at 50,000, you should turn yourself into an S Corp. There's going to be a little bit more to do, such as holding those annual meetings. You should have LLC, S Corp, or a regular corporation. But that's what the video was about yesterday. So go check it out in case you haven't, because we don't want anybody piercing your corporate veil, do we? We don't want them saying he's using the company as his own piggy bank. You want to say, I'm an employee. What are you talking about? That's right, because that's the only way you're going to be protected from personal liabilities in case of lawsuits. And a lot of people do lawsuits because we live in the litigious United States of America. All right, let's keep going. Oh, there's Curtis Davis, just won't give it up. MRVL, he always mentions this every time. I don't even know why this isn't even in my brain yet. And it's priced right. Marvell Technology, semiconductor company. I like it. And it dropped even, but it's still rising. Curtis Davis, one of his faves, has went up about 10%. He's been telling us about this for the last 6 months, ladies and gentlemen. One of these days, look at this. Back in the day, it was 36, and here it is now at 54. Almost 50% on your money. I think I only had a few shares of Marvel. Not enough, clearly. But Curtis Davis keeps mentioning this every Friday, every Wednesday now. Here we go. That's another one, ladies and gentlemen, except this is in the semiconductor field. This is where you want to be as well. AMD. A is in Mary. A is in Apple. M is in Mary. D is in David. AMD. NVIDIA is still going to rise because semiconductor companies, you're going to be talking about TTSM. So these are the companies that you can invest in because semiconductors, Apple's coming out with their new 5G phone. So obviously, ladies and gentlemen, we got to get 5G, right? These are the things that you have to look out for. In case you want to set it and forget it, you can go 5G. That's a fund, an ETF. We can go look at that. Looks like a flat line for the day. But as you can see, over the last 6 months, it's just creeping up slowly but surely. And America's not even on the 5G network in reality. T-Mobile, which is $130 stock, they're the higher price than Verizon. Qualcomm, it's incredible. And here we have 5G ETF, and it's just slowly rising. And we've been talking about this for the last 5-6 months, as you know. 25% on our money, ladies and gentlemen. And then we've been talking about Nokia, which is okay. The reason why I talk about Nokia is because they're cheap. They're cheap. They're look at here. In the last 6 months, we keep talking about them. It was 440. It went down even 5%. But let's go from last year in March when we started talking about them. It was $3, $2.50, $3, $3. So even a $1 movement means 30% on your money. So again, these are and they pay dividends, by the way, along with Ericsson. So Nokia is in 5G play. Ericsson's 5G play. Fiverr, FIVG, which I just showed you, is an ETF. You can also do the Verizon. You could also do the Qualcomms. They're all going to be in on the 5G. But let's talk about satellite companies. All right? GILT. This is a satellite company. They're going to be running satellites down to the 5G networks. So again, $10 or less, is that cheap enough for you to get in on the future? I suggest you might want to think about this. Members of the channel who's also can chat tonight only, in case you're not being able to hit the chat, that just means you're not a member of the channel for this live stream tonight. You'll have to see us on Friday night if you have any further questions. But today, I bought Global Star, which is a satellite company as well. Look at the price. It's a flyer, but you can see what just happened in the last few weeks. So again, orbiting satellites. Who's going to put them in space, ladies and gentlemen? Is that going to be Virgin Galactic? Is that who it's going to be? Right here, 3208. Look what's been happening with them. Last year, they were at $30 before the pandemic. This whole time, we've been saying when it was $18, we said get it. When it was $15, we said get it. Now look, we've been talking about this for 8-9 months. And now look, you would have doubled your money. Or we're going to talk about Elon Musk and his company. Either way, you got to talk about SpaceX, right? That's what we got to talk about. Let's see, SpaceX. We're waiting. So here we go. Aerojet, they're here in Rancho Cordova, which is interesting. They do rockets. So check it out. See these guys. They do rockets. So what do you think is going to happen when Virgin Galactic, Global Star, Elon Musk, SpaceX, and all these guys need rockets? Boosters. Suppliers, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody's going to have to get these things in orbit, these satellites. Somebody's going to have to build the satellites. So think about it. These are all investments. Video cameras, Logitech, exactly. Logitech, unknown company as far as I'm concerned. Oh, I forgot the AKTS, Curtis Davis, thank you. Verizon, T as in Tom. In fact, time for to get some more tea, ladies and gentlemen. It's under $30. AKTS, Nokia, exactly. All those plays, Curtis Davis dropping the gems. AKTS, the hidden one. In fact, let me go to AKTS because Curtis Davis always drops the AKTS. We never really look at it. But look at what's happened over the last year, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, another gem on the rise for the future. This is what we look for. Some of you might be saying, hey, guys, how come you guys don't give us the technicals? How come you're not talking about these people that tell you that the stock should go up to $25 or $100? That's because that's not the technicals that I look for. You can go look for those technicals, but I like to keep things nice and simple. We know what's going to come in the future. So why wouldn't you put your money into future stocks? Just like marijuana, you know what's coming in the future. It's not for smoking. If I can make bed sheets out of it, if I can get some other materials made out of marijuana, then that means it's a biofuel type, biochemical type usage, which means if I can make paper out of it, I can make clothes out of it. That means I can grow it, which is cheap to make. It's a win-win. So that's why we need Planet 13, the largest dispensary. But it's on the over-the-counter market right now. Since they're not on a major exchange, PLNHF, over-the-counter market, you would get Planet 13. You have to go with a bigger brokerage account. You're not going to be able to do it on Robinhood or Webull. So you're going to need your E-Trade, your Fidelity, your Ameritrade, Goldman Sachs, whatever you're using. You're going to have to use that to get that over-the-counter stock. All right? And thank you. Thank you so much, Curtis Davis. Good evening, Sharon Burgeons. I'm glad you can make it. Andy Ortiz. Andy Ortiz, the man who has believed. I got to keep bringing this up every time I see his name because this is what it makes me think of. Last year, everybody was poo-pooing on the Ford stock. They were all like, no, no, no. Well, Andy Ortiz was saying, you know what? I think I'm going to do some Ford stock. I don't know when he bought, but if he would have bought it $5.30, he's doubled his money. If he'd have bought it $6.50, he's got 67% increase. If he had bought it $6 and, well, let's call it almost $7, 57% on his money. And if these guys start kicking back dividends like they used to, not only is he going to have almost 100% on his money, because you know what, ladies and gentlemen, these guys are in autonomous driving. You know I've been talking about this for a year. I told you what was coming. They're in the EV market space, and they have distribution all over the planet. And not only that, they have a large sum of money. So all I'm saying is don't count these young men out. And I say young men funny because Ford Motor Company's been around for over 100 years. And they know what time it is. So Andy Ortiz, glad to see you here because you remind me of the Ford. People were still poo-pooing it. But like I said, making money at 50% on your money, 60% on your money, 100% on your money is no joke. Does it really matter if I made 100% on my money if I had Tesla? 100% on my money if it's Apple, Amazon, Google? No. 100% on your money is 100% on your money. Your money don't know where you're putting that at. As long as you're getting 100% or more return, that's all you can ask for. In fact, that's above what anybody could ask for. So anyhow, that's what Andy Ortiz reminds me of whenever I see him, because he believed and he purchased some of that. SpaceX still private, but Starlink coming soon. Exactly. And their suppliers. Don't forget their suppliers. There we go. Blue Origin. Bezos just launched in it too. This space right here, ladies and gentlemen, is virgin territory. All right. Curtis Davis dropping a lot of gems this evening. He mentions that FCX. He's killing me with this. Straight up. He's been talking about FCX for about 6-7 months, ladies and gentlemen. And here we are again. Just in August, September, almost double the money from that time. Again, Friday Night Live. He's been talking about FCX. Again, I don't know what to keep telling you. I know there's a lot of people on YouTube. I know there's a lot of people on CNBC. I know there's a Kramer guy. I know all these guys. But the fact of the matter is, there are gems that are being dropped every time we do a live stream, and there's multiple places, multiple shares, multiple stocks that you can buy where just in a few 6-7 months you could have earned 100% on your money, 50% on your money. Don't take that lightly. This doesn't happen all the time. All right? Don't take any of this lightly. This is not the norm. It's because we're printing money. It's because the top 10 percenters and their companies are rebuying stocks, and everybody's getting in on the bandwagon because of Robinhood and Webull. It's the perfect storm. So ordinary citizens are seeing how fast stocks are climbing, so they're putting their money in now. The top 10 percenters have always put their money in, but they're enjoying life because they're buying they already bought at the low prices. So they're getting 200, 300, 400% on their money in a matter of 6 months. This is what the revolution is right now, ladies and gentlemen. You have to understand, we are in a economic financial revolution, and you're getting left behind if you're not in the game. And how can I forget about Revolution Medicines? Once again, you know, it's the health industry. RVMD. Curtis Davis dropping the gems this evening. Straight out. Again, opportunity knocks. You just have to figure out which one you feel comfortable with, or which 3 or 4 you feel comfortable with. Remember, put a little bit in now, and then every 2 weeks or every week or every month, put some more in. Doesn't matter. This is long term. You can't go bad if you're in none of these industries that we're talking about right now. All right, Fintech, of course, all these. IPOE actually was a IPO recently. So we'll get into that. Members of the channel already knew when I posted up, I said this one I bought it. But look here, it dropped like most IPOs do. But it came out. I can't remember what I bought it at. Quite frankly, I don't really remember. I don't remember buying it at $10. I think I bought it like 12, somewhere like that. So that was December 22nd. Somewhere around there is what I bought it at. December 23rd, a few days before Christmas. But I remember talking about when it came out as an IPO. So I'll just say I bought it at 12, somewhere like that, I think it was. So you guys can see right here, 85% on my money. Some other people, they're already doubled their money. And of course, if you were one of the other guys, you know, top 10 percenters who get to buy stuff before they become out on the IPO, then they bought it $1 and something. But anyhow, here goes another one. SPAC. Okay. Social Capital Holdings. This is an interesting company. They just came out this year, ladies and gentlemen. IPO just less than about a month ago. All right. December 1st, November 30th. Yeah. So almost 2 months ago. Again, $22. Everybody can afford. No dividends, but it's okay. But we're winning. That's all that matters. I got to get with these lanes. Exactly, Sharon Bergens. All it takes is just a little, $25, $20. And in fact, with Robinhood, anybody that's watching this, if you're with Robinhood, you can buy fractional shares. So if you only had $10 to spend this week, then you can buy $10 worth of stock. If you had 100 or 1,000, it doesn't matter. If you just want to use a dollar number with Robinhood, you can use buy fractional shares, as they call it. Now, we know you cannot. Not yet, anyhow, because they won't even let you reinvest dividends. So, but it doesn't matter. But the IPOs, how can we forget Square, PayPal, and GBTC? GBTC, over the counter again. Over the counter means you got to use your brokers. Robinhood and Webull won't let you trade GBTC, but they will let you trade Square and PayPal. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, PayPal has started messing around with Bitcoin, or is going to. So think about that. Square is just like Visa. They're processing, and Square is part of the Shopify network. In fact, I got to take a little drink here for a second, just a minute. I got to tell you guys something else the SSN lifestyle has been delayed, but it's not really delayed based on any problems or issues. It's just a contractual agreement that I need. I want that in place before I go forth with opening it up. And I haven't been able to get that contractual agreement in place yet. So until that happens, hopefully I'll get it in place by Monday or Tuesday. But what I want to say is, in case anybody signed up for the $10,000 trade line in the month of November, they went through DocuSign. DocuSign has an agreement with Square, okay, whereby everybody who signed up for the $10,000 trade line, you were able to upload your ID and sign the agreement and make a payment within DocuSign. I'm doing the same thing, except I'm doing it with a company called Citrix. Okay? Citrix has the same type of sign-up form as DocuSign, and they also have an agreement with Square. So there's these little side deals that these companies have that a lot of people don't know about, and they get paid every time somebody processes a payment through Citrix, through DocuSign, through Spotify, all these companies. So Square isn't just for like businesses. So this is why they rise up in value, because they have a lot more revenue coming in than you can see or think about. So I just want to keep you thinking, processing. That is a big to-do. In fact, speaking of processing, we're talking about stocks, but how about Bitcoin? How about another coin called Chainlink, L-I-N-K? Right now, I had to wire some money to the Dominican Republic. In case you're a new member, I bought some property in the Dominican Republic, and I have to wire money to them. It cost me $40 to wire money. If I would have went to the bank was going to charge me $50. International wires. It's using the SWIFT code because they're not part of the United States banking system. Well, Chainlink, guess what? It's not going to cost $40. They're already using the SWIFT code. This is why they went up from $3 to roughly $20 in a matter of 30 days. So that's a company you would look for in the altcoin space. GRT is the graph. G as in George, RT is the graph. They actually are going to be keeping track of ledgers for the financial transactions. They're at 52, 55 cents right now per coin. You can get both of these on Coinbase. A link down below in the description. Free $10 using the link down below of Bitcoin. And then when you get to Coinbase, you can study. And they give you up to $160 more while you're studying. These are the kind of things that's going down. So if the SWIFT cost me $40 and Chainlink has their SWIFT accounts, it's only going to cost $3. That's major, ladies and gentlemen. You follow where this is going? Banks would be obsolete. And this is why banks now are coming up with their coin scenario. They're not going to fold. Banks are just going to either buy them up, buy coins. They're going to come out with some sort of alternative. So keep these things in mind. There's a future happening right before your eyes. But when you're working 9 to 5, you don't have time to find out about this kind of thing. You're too busy working 9 to 5, or shall I say 7 to 6, because by the time you drive to work and get to work and put on your clothes, take a shower, come home, by the time you round up the kids, fix some dinner, it's already 7 to 6 minimum. And if you have older children, you know what that means. I remember the days. Cheerleading, basketball, karate class. You're not coming home at 6. Come on. Think about it. So let your money work for you. All right. Convert cash to paper assets. Exactly. Stocks, lightweight. You know how I always say it. I tell my friends, paper, it's so much lighter. So much lighter. Buyback. Stocks are back. Yes. Forced appreciation. Exactly. The cryptocurrency, the people's money. I like that, Curtis Davis. The people's money, crypto. I love that. That's right. Peer-to-peer lending trend, assets leveraging. Exactly. Lending tree, lending club. Exactly. So I want to hear from you guys. What are you guys going to be doing for investment purposes in 2021? I know what a lot of you are thinking. I get emails. And a lot of you are thinking, I'm buying a house in 2021. I'm going to buy a car 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, just think about this. I just showed you in this first 30, 40 minutes how much, if you were your down payment on a house is $3,000-4,000, right? It could be more. Depends on if you have an FHA loan. But if you have a traditional, average house, what, $250,000 in America? You got to put down 10%, $25,000. Imagine if you'd have put down like $5,000 just on some of the stocks that I mentioned. You were a believer. And some of those stocks, you would have had another $5,000 in your pocket. And then, of course, I won't insult anybody because you're not going to probably put down $15,000 on stocks. If you're trying to buy a house, you'd buy the house. But $15,000 turns into $30,000 and it's less than 3 months. Now, you can't always say you're going to win, but if the things have been set up, when a guy who wins the presidency in November says, when I come in, we want to do renewable resources, renewable energy. Wouldn't it make sense that you would say, hey, that means electric vehicles, that means solar panels, that means biofuels? Wouldn't all that's what it means. So in November, when he wins, you should have been like putting your money in there. And right now, that 5 would have been somewhere between 10 and 15 grand. But if you would have bought a house, that same 10, 15 grand, 20 grand, you know how much it'd be worth? Out of your pocket, gone. You'd be earning nothing. You would have a house, and the job that you have, you're going to be using that money you make to pay for that house. Meanwhile, that 25 grand that you could have put in the stock market, you'd be going to sleep tonight going, man, how come that 25 grand would have been over 50 potentially? And you'd be sitting there going, man, it's how does this happen? It's 53, 54, 55. So don't get caught up into thinking that a house is an asset. It's not an asset. A house only goes up because there's inflation. A house also goes up because you're paying interest on a house. I don't care if it's 2.75 or 3.5. It doesn't matter. Most people have a 30-year mortgage. You're going to be paying for 30 years. And heaven forbid that there's another pandemic, which there is going to be because there's pandemics like every 5 to 7 years. Heaven forbid if there's some event where you can't pay your mortgage. All this money you gave away is out. It's gone if they foreclose on your house. So just keep all this in mind. That's why a lot of the people who make millions of dollars, they rarely have that much in real estate assets. Their real estate assets are more like multifamily, more like commercial office spaces. It's a place where they get streams of income coming in. So this is why they tell you to buy a house, but they're out there buying apartment complexes. They're out there buying office buildings. They're buying trailer parks. They're buying hotels. You follow what I'm saying? Multiple streams of income. They're not just going, hey, I'm going to go down and buy a house. And sure, you hear multimillionaires have 5 houses or something like that. But that's all because you got to have tax write-offs, ladies and gentlemen. You need depreciation. And by the way, is my company buying the asset or am I buying the asset? My company better be buying the asset, but we're going to say it's mine, right? Get your mind right. These guys aren't smarter than you. They just do things a little bit differently and quietly. Their companies are buying these properties. They can write off depreciation. You can write off a whole bunch of other things, maintenance, upkeep, and everything, and never even see the place. And again, it's an asset to the business. I can go down and start borrowing now and say, hey, look, I got 5 properties. How much is it worth, Eric? 1.5 million. I need a loan. See, it's how we can flip it, ladies and gentlemen. Start thinking differently. All right. Yo, what's up? Stop struggling now, crew. I got a potential upcoming gym here, seeing how we are investing in the future. I've been looking into SHRMF. I don't know these. They're medical mushroom stocks. Oh, that's what the let's go see what it is. SHRMF. That's like an over-the-counter. Is that what that is? Let's go look. SHRMF. I can't. Yeah, psychedelic stocks. Mushrooms. Okay. 65 cents. I think that's an over-the-counter. Yeah, it's over-the-counter. That's what I was thinking. Let me go pull this up. MMEDF is also, that's going to be over the counter too. Here we go, 65 cents. Well, what can we say? We find ourselves in this wonderland. Let's see what's been happening over here. 52-week range, 22 cents. Oh, it's at the 52-week high. Wow. Okay. Well, it was higher May 1st, apparently. Dropped back down. 5 years. Oh, let me go 1 year. 1 year. Okay, it was higher last year. $1.34, and now it's half the price. 65 cents. It's over-the-counter market. I generally don't do too much at over-the-counter markets. There's a reason why. Because my E-Trade account, they charge me $4.99 every time I do one of these over-the-counter trades. So it's like a long term. And if you sell, they charge me $4.99 again. So it's going to cost me $4.99. So I got to make it worthwhile. But that's one possibility. I'm not into that market. But then again, I haven't really studied it. Because remember, you should study some of this stuff, ladies and gentlemen. MMEDF. I'm not familiar with this either. Let's go look. MMDEF stock. Let's see. It's going to be over the counter. Yep, over the counter stock as well. And it has popped off and then has come back down after December. What is that? December 14th. And it's come back down, but it's only half. So 52-week high was just a month ago. And now it's back down to $3.25. With the 8% pop today. Mind medicine. Okay, psychological drugs like LSD, MDMA cocktail. All right, that's pretty interesting. Andy Ortiz dropping some alternative drug use. All right, but it's going to be medical, so you never know, ladies and gentlemen. These are the ones you probably should study. They're cheap enough where you can just throw in a little bit of money and let it ride, take a risk. Or do you want to sit there and say, well, I need to study and then find out? At these prices, it's almost worth putting in a little bit of change and see what happens. Hell, how much did it cost to go out this weekend? Some of you, let me know. $50, $100? You threw that away, no problem. How many of you went down and bought some clothes, jewelry, drinks, restaurant, hamburger meal, combo meals in the last 3 weeks? Come on. Spend 30, 40, $50 on that stuff. So why not spend 30, 40, $50 on potential? All right. A lot of psychedelic stocks start to rise. Yeah, I agree. The EV plays, Plug, FuseCell, Blink. Yes. Yes. All of that, ladies and gentlemen. And last Friday night, I have to admit, we were crowing. I was crowing a little bit because we were talking about these long time ago, and I'm going to show it again today. Back in February, what did we say? I mean, not February, March. It was March, April. EV play, ladies and gentlemen. It was crispy clear. And if anybody would have done $4 even, we are up over 1,400% on our money, ladies and gentlemen. That's from April. Never mind about March. March, it was even less. It was like $2 a share in March when we were talking about it. And that's PLUG. And again, it's not too late. This is just the beginning. You need those fuel cells. So plug power is like number one. Blink. Here we go. Same thing. Here we go again. It was only under it was under $2 as well when we were talking about it last year. And here we are again. Another 1,900% on our money because we have BLNK. And by the way, I bought more BLNK, I bought more PLUG, and I bought more FCEL in the last 2 weeks. Because this is long-term play for me. Make sure I got this on the screen. This is long-term play, ladies and gentlemen. Again, when we were talking about it, it was $2 for fuel cell as well. All year it was pretty much. So even if you would have done something in April, at the end of April, we'd still be 686% on our money. And like I said, I bought some more of all three of these in the last 2 weeks. Because I don't believe this is the end. Because, like I said, President Biden has said we're going for EV, renewable energy, clean energy. Well, guess what? That means these guys are doing it. So they should keep going, and we have more stimulus money coming. They're going to have government help just like Tesla. So those are the gems again. They're still gems as far as I'm concerned. Asset appreciation, asset protection, depreciation on cash flows. Exactly, Curtis Davis. That's what we're talking about in case people don't understand what that is. When I was talking about the asset protection by holding a board meeting, because now annually you should hold a board meeting, your annual meeting, and then hold a few meetings during the year. And if you put your children as board of advisors or board of directors, then every time you want to hold a meeting as CEO, you want to hold a meeting, a board meeting, then we're having a board meeting at a restaurant. I can have a board meeting anywhere I want. But it always works out. We can go to the restaurant, have dinner, drinks, eat, have fun, talk about our business, what's going on. You guys have any advice? Write it down. Keep track. Everybody signs because you're officers or directors of the company. Sign it. Write out the date, time, location. Keep records because you're a business. In the litigious United States of America, if you become a full-blown business and start making waves, people try to sue you, and then they try to pierce the corporate veil to try to take your assets. So you want to make sure you're always, your business is business. It's a separate entity than you. You are employed by the business. Keep that in mind. I'm going to keep saying that. That is asset protection. Also, so we get tax deductions and asset protection, a win-win. Now you know why the top 10%ers keep winning. All right, cement stock, CMEX, CX, check this out. Not familiar with this. Cement stock, I like cement stock under a Biden administration with infrastructure. Let's see. Let me go look this up, ladies and gentlemen. Tanisha Lyles dropping a gem. Known as CMEX, Mexican multinational building materials company headquartered in San Pedro, near Monterrey, Mexico, distributes cement ready. Oh, yes, I like it. To 50 countries. I like it. I really like it. I love it. I love it. In fact, hold on now. Let me get my pen ready because I don't really care. I believe in the future. I like this, CX. I believe this is a gem, Tanisha Lyles. Thank you so much. I like this one, ladies and gentlemen, because President Biden says infrastructure. When he says infrastructure, I believe it. And we all know the Dems hold the House and the Senate for the first time in like 10 years, 11 years. And they're already knowing what time it is. How do you get people back to work? You got to put money into infrastructure. Get it into the people's hands on the ground in cities, in municipalities. Get your states and cities and counties the money so they can employ people. And then we have the supply chain going because we're going to need cement. We're going to need steel. We're going to need building supplies, wood. And with all that, paint. We're going to need it. So I like the CX play, Tanisha Lyles. Thank you so much for bringing that up. I like it. And it's under $10, which is another love of mine. I love stocks under $10. TXRH, people may start eating out. Darden stock, yes. Curtis Davis, I agree. I agree, but not right now. They're not going to eat out just yet. But the Gold Corporation, yes. Everybody knows I love gold. Gold, okay, gold, silver, inflation. Let's talk about this too. Let me get this on screen. Okay, so since we're talking about economics, inflation is going to occur because we're printing. Okay, let me start it out this way. I started with it. In case you're new to the live stream, please smash that like button. And if you like what we're talking about, please subscribe. But I talked about this earlier about inflation. Economics works. Economics 101. If you print money, that means inflation is going to rise. We've already printed $10 trillion. All right, over the last 3 years, 4 years. Now, our annual GDP of the United States is only 18 to 20 trillion dollars. That is 50% of GDP has been printed over the last 4 years. They are about to print 10% more, 1.9 trillion. They've already done 9. So in essence, they've done 3 trillion, which is another 1.5% of the annual, which if you do it yearly, that's not good, because if we do this as breaking it down, 3 trillion, 20, yep, that's 1.5%. Inflation is going to be exponential. You're not just going to see your prices going up 1.5%, ladies and gentlemen. That's more like 15%. Gold, silver, precious metals keep its value. So that's why they will rise 10 or 15% as well. This is why 2 years ago, when I had the Silver Stacker Challenge, and we bought silver at $13.50. Silver right now is at $24, $25. Why? Because of all that inflation. It just creeps up and creeps up slowly but surely. This is why you should be in mining stocks. This is why you should be in gold and silver. Just like this right here is only 62 cents. You should be grabbing up some of this right here. T as in Tom, RHF as in Frank. You should be buying up PLG. All right. There's TRHX, PLG. In fact, this is going to be on my list tomorrow. And in fact, I was going to be buying PLG anyhow. That was already on my list for tomorrow. But here's the platinum group. And you can see the same. You're going to see like the same thing. You'll see like over the course of time, this is going to rise because anything that has to do with metals, right? DRD. All right. DRD gold. You're going to see a similar patterns from last year to this year. This is a year chart. You're going to see all these similar patterns. And by the way, DRD gives a dividend at 5.89%. So we get a check every 3 months. South African gold producer is DRD. D as in David, R, D as in David stock. What else? Silver, SIVR. You can see right here, $25. See what we're talking about here? Because of inflation, precious metals tend to stay with inflation. So they're going to go up to 5 to 10 to 15% as well. Or more. Because there's only a supply and demand situation with the real physical silver and gold. This is an ETF, SIVR. Or you can go buy the actual gold and silver. Stick with that, ladies and gentlemen, because it's going to blow up. So either have it in stock or go down and get some physical gold and silver. I don't say a lot of it, though, but I'm just saying. But I like buying the ETFs, the SIVR, the DRDs. All these are stocks. All right. I just got dividend from AUY. Their dividend at this price point is 2%, but it's always nice to get a little dividend because I'd have this gold and silver sitting in a trunk somewhere, but instead I'm buying it online in the stock, so I don't have to have it stored, and I'm still getting, like, look at this, year over year, 37%. It has increased, and I still got 2 or 3% dividends. So that helps out. So win-win as far as I'm concerned. AUY. Want to see another? B as in boy, T, G. We've talked about this all year, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I know these off the top of my head. Last year we were talking about it. Here we go. After March, once again, we were saying buy, buy, buy. Here it is. March. We'll call it 374 even then. 37% on our money. That's B as in boy, T as in Tom, G as in George. These are all stocks that you can buy, mining companies. So when the price goes up, they're taking it out of the ground. That means we're winning. All right? See, this is all I'm trying to say. We're getting 30, 40, 50% on our money. It's not that hard once you realize how the economy works. Right? So that's why it's good to understand how the economy works, what happens. They don't teach this in school other than they used to have economics class. In college, they have economics class. But now they teach you the new economics that is actually faltered because they change it up to meet the new narrative. So they don't want you to know that inflation is 15% or 12 or 20. They want you to think it's 2 or 3%. Because then you're not going to ask for a raise. So if you know a loaf of bread cost $1 last year, and now it's $1.50, you as a person would sit there and say, hey, you know what? Everything's like 30, 40% more. How come you're just giving me a 3% raise? And they're going, oh, the cost of living's only 3%. No, wrong. It's 15%, 14%, 16%. They changed the algorithm in 1980, ladies and gentlemen. I did a video on that as well. It used to be called the Cost of Goods Index, COGI. All right? That's how they used to actually a basket of goods year over year, and then they would check it out, and that would be inflation. Now they're calling it something different. They changed the name just so they can make sure that they're not going to do the real deal like it used to be. They can change it. They can alter it. So now we're only dealing with, inflation's only 3%. That's a joke. This is why we get gold and silver, whether it's physical or in the stock market. So hopefully you understand. This is what we're doing in 2021. All right, so everybody new here, please smash the like button. And down below, some of you will actually see the carousel where you can buy some of this gear, or you can go to the StopStrugglingNow.com channel. So I got to promote some of the gear. I got to promote all this stuff now, right? We got streams of income coming in. All right, let's see. What else are we talking about here tonight? 500 for a PS5 with no games. Are you kidding me? Exactly, Diesel Mike. No games included. I'd rather put that 500 in stocks in crypto or buy stock in Sony, who makes exactly. That's right. Thank you, Diesel Mike. Exactly. Put the 500 into something that makes sense. A PS5, a game. This is craziness. This is what it has come to in America. They got you. In fact, this reminds me of the old, that movie, and I can't remember the name of it now, Gladiator, where Russell Crowe is in the middle of the thing going, "Are you not entertained?" That's what it feels like. They're entertaining you with flat screen TVs, PS5s, all these games on mobile devices and tablets. And meanwhile, they're sucking the life out of your economic, financial freedom is gone. So like Diesel Mike said, that 500 should be into some way where you're getting something back. Owning a piece of Sony is better than a PS5 station because there's going to be a PS6 and a PS7 and a PS8. And you're going to have to work for it to get it. Or how about you invest into something and that money that you get back, you use that to buy the PS7. That's how we have to do it. That's how you have to think, ladies and gentlemen. Stop thinking that you have to work for it and then give your money away to somebody else who's already wealthy. Start thinking about how you're going to get money in to pay for it. All right? Can you gift family members? Can you gift family members to hedge cash flows? Yes. In fact, I'll even go a little bit further, Curtis Davis. So here's what happens. Here's what happens when you have that little family meeting, the board of directors meeting, the annual meeting, board of directors for an S Corp or a corporation, board of advisors for an LLC. That is the titles. You can compensate them if you feel, because why? You're the CEO. And you can say, I want to give them X amount of dollars. This triggers two things. It's a taxable event. It's a write-off for my company against profits. It also gives money to your children that they can use to invest. Win, win. I love it. They are not employees of the company either. So it's not a W-2 event. See how we do this, ladies and gentlemen? I hate to say it, but it's kind of fun when I tell you about this kind of stuff, because I can only get a smile on my face. This is the stuff that the top 10%ers don't want to tell everybody. They're keeping it to themselves. And I'm sitting here on a live stream on YouTube telling people how we do it. It's funny to me. They're no smarter than you. They just know the ways. They just have insider information. Psychedelic stocks would be like the marijuana market. Once it's legalized, they will rise, so I wouldn't buy until states follow Colorado's lead. Andy Ortiz, you know how we do this, right? We always take a little gamble. Hey, I was down at, let me see, I went to go get something to eat at the grocery store. Where's that money going? It's gone. It's sitting in my freezer, in my refrigerator. I bought 4 bags worth of stuff and it was over $100. So you mean to tell me I'm not going to spend $20, $30 on psychedelics right now? Come on, man. Piece of cake. We take risks every now and then, even minor risks, baby risks. Just like the marijuana stocks. All right. MICT fiber optics may be something to look into. Fiber optics, always something to look into. But fiber optics by the big boys. Fiber optics is always by the big boys. I like a company that's been in business for all this time. But their shares, 845 up in here, 458. Back down again. Global Fintech Holdings, subsidiaries. I like that. Yeah, that might have to be looked into a little bit better because they have something I like. The global fintech holdings is major to me. Fintech is the way of the future, right? That's right. Fintechs, ladies and gentlemen. We've talked about it. The hoodie, emerging millionaires. Exactly, Curtis Davis. Thank you so much. That's it exactly. The hoodie for the emerging millionaires. We're all in the house. That's right. That's what we call it. I'm in the lab. That's how we have to do it. All right. Say it, Diesel Mike. That's it exactly. Brainwashed to be consumer. Exactly. Lots of love. There's going to be a Model S 2024. Exactly. Tesla. If you haven't put your money in Tesla, ladies and gentlemen, I suggest you do. I know it's gone up to 800 or so. It's going to keep going up. They have solar. They have battery packs. They have stuff you put on your garage doors so you can store in. Thank you for being here, Tanisha. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for saying that. There's going to be a Model S. Exactly. That's right. So let me know what you guys are going to invest in 2021 and beyond. Because I think we pretty much have covered almost everything that you should be putting your money into. You should get your streams of income, use the stream of incomes to invest, reduce your debt in 2021, meaning start paying off your bills. Don't buy dumb stuff. And what I mean is the dumb stuff that everybody buys. Everybody's taught, go buy a new car. Why do I have to buy a new car? Why can't I just buy a car? I'll give you guys a story. I haven't given a story in a while. I'll give you guys a story. So my friends used to come over back in the day, and I used to have these cars that cost me $500, $1,000, because cars have no value to me. Because you just drive them, and then you drive them till the wheels fall off because they go down in value. Now, if they went up in value, that'd be a different story, but they go down in value. So my friends would come over, and that would be like their little funny joke all the time. They're like, Eric, you can buy any car you want. Why are you driving these beat up, these older cars? I said, well, one car I got in an auction for $300. Another car I got, this guy was just selling on the side of the road for $700. They both drive. So why do I need a new car? So all those years I'm driving these two cars. My friends' cars break down who have newer cars, and they say, hey, can I borrow your car? I just give it to them basically. I say, hey, just come pick it up. Here's the keys. Why? Because these cars are $300, $500. That's it, $700. I don't really care what happens to them because I don't have to pay for them monthly. Not only that, my insurance is lower because the cars are older in age. So I'm winning all the way around. I'm saving money on insurance, saving money because I don't have monthly payments. And then all my friends are wondering how I can just do whatever I want, go wherever I want. That's because I'm not paying $500, $600, $400 plus insurance for cars. Cars. Stuff that go down in value. That's crazy to me. So that's the kind of mindset that you have to change. It doesn't matter what my neighbors think. It doesn't matter what my friends think. Because my money isn't dependent on what anybody thinks. And neither should yours. Just because you make more money doesn't mean you're supposed to go spend it. What that just means is invest it wisely as you can. But don't just freely give it up by saying, you know what, I'm going to go down here. I got a raise at my job. I think I can go afford a new car now and go put down 10% for the car and then take a $400, $500 a month payment for 4 years, 5 years. That's crazy when you really think about it. What you really want to do is, like I keep saying, monetize yourself. And by monetizing yourself, if you're making that $400, $500, $600 from monetizing yourself, that's other people's money. Then you go get the car, the brand new car. You still go to work, do what you got to do, but you're using other people's money to pay for your pleasurable items. You're not paying for it. So some of you have noticed last month I was in the Dominican Republic, right? You surely don't think I'm paying for this stuff, do you? These condos I'm buying, I'm not paying for it. I got streams of income. I'm using other people's money. They're paying for my stuff. You guys got to get your mind switched around here. So now, if I got to pay for it out of what I make, that's fine. In case the streams of income go down or whatever, that could happen. But the idea is use other people's money from your streams of income. Monetize yourself. All right? That's what we got to do in 2021. Same as 2020. Monetize yourself. All right. Stop buying new cars, new big homes. Exactly. Get them albatrosses around your neck and mind. Have you heard of Meckham Classic Car Auctions? I'm from Florida and can't remember how to pronounce Chemistry. That's not it. Anyhow, I know Orlando, Florida. That's what we'll call it. Yes, I have heard of them. And no, I don't buy classic cars. It's not going to happen. Yeah, people rent out their cars on Turo, an asset. That's how you do it, Charlene. If you can get a car and turn it into an asset, such as a Turo, that's how you do it. Now, I personally have thought about this Turo thing, and I don't know how they do it, because if you rent a car, buy a car and have it financed, lease a car, they have in the contract where you can't rent the vehicle. So I don't actually know how this Turo thing works, or if there's some new law or loophole that has come about. But that's all I'm going to say about Turo. But yes, in the overall scheme of things, if I can buy a car, then rent it out on Turo and have the people that's renting the car from Turo pay for the car, that's what we want. That works out beautifully. The same rules apply for real estate. I'm buying real estate in Dominican Republic. When I rent it out on Airbnb, they're going to be paying for the note. Same thing. VRBO, Airbnb, Flip Key, Home Away, whoever I get the rental from, that's what's going to happen. They're paying for the note. That's what we want to do. We don't want to pay for the note. We want our money making money while we sleep, such as stock market, crypto, other assets. That's where we want our money at, that we're sleeping at night and we have money coming in, dividend money, or our stock prices are going up. That's what we want to do. We don't want our money tied up. That's exactly right, Charlene. So all this works with everything. If I can buy a house and rent it out, that's good. But if I can buy a fourplex apartment and rent out all 4 units, that's better. That's how we do it. Yankee stacking in the house. Here we are, Yankee stacking. The man that I wanted to see love real estate, exactly, Mr. Private Money Lender, and keeping it to himself. That's right. We talk real estate, Yankee, as you know. And Yankee, you missed it earlier when I was actually talking about buying some silver and gold because of inflation, Yankee. It's here. We got 1.9 stimulus coming. We have 9 billion that's also coming. That's a lot of inflationary money coming. So we got to hold some precious metals. Now, since Yankee's here, ladies and gentlemen, he was a guest of our channel. We had a live stream together. It was awesome. So Yankee believes he's got to hold 15% or thereabouts in gold and silver. And he's a prepper as well. Got to have that food in storage, a couple of guns, a couple of cans of water. We got to keep all that going, right? Just in case SHTF. You know, stuff hits the fan. So Yankee believes 15%, I think, is his number. He calls it insurance. He calls it a value of wealth. I say 5% or less because I like paper. I want that SIVR. I want that BTG, DRD, AUY, PLG. I want to hold that stuff. I don't want that much. But either way, Yankee knows as well as anybody, inflation means precious metals are going to go up. They are being, how shall we say, manipulated. The prices are manipulated, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if they're going to be able to keep doing it, but they're doing it. But nonetheless, I just gave you all an illustration 2 years ago when I ran the Silver Stacker Challenge. Silver was $13.50. Today, you saw on the screen, it was $25, roughly. 2 years, it has almost doubled. That right there is more than 15%, ladies and gentlemen. So that really gives you an idea of how much inflation really is. It's more than 15%, more than 20%. All right? So anyhow, glad to see you, Yankee. And if anybody wants to understand gold, silver, precious metals, and even more, go to Yankee Stacking's channel. He's a YouTuber. He's great. Awesome guy. And you'll learn a lot. Because today I saw him do the Silver Eagles. And I'm sure you got to check out my message, Yankee, on that. You'll like it. But anyhow, all right. Glad to see you here. Other people's money buying assets. That's exactly right. And in fact, Yankee has his private money lending program. Unfortunately, he won't let anybody else join the party. He keeps it close to the vest, family, friends, and people that he knows. But the same rules apply. He makes money on his money. That's what we want to do here, ladies and gentlemen, in 2021 and beyond. Monetize yourself. Make your money work for you. That's what we're talking about here. All right. Let's see if anybody has any questions. You can hold it now. Some of you may be watching this channel and you may not be members of the channel and you may not be able to chat. And there's a reason, because this is members only chat tonight. But on Friday Night Live, it's coming up. It won't be members only. It's open to everybody, but only members tonight can actually chat. So if you're going to have any questions after you see this video, you can leave comments down below. I get to all comments. So again, I want to thank you, everybody, for being here. And I'm going to cut this off tonight because we're at an hour and 33 minutes. And if you have any questions or want to mention anything, do so in the next few minutes, because we're going to cut this down and cut this off. And I'll be seeing you on Friday night for another live. And some more gems, I'm sure, are going to be dropped. And you still have Thursday and Friday to do more investments on the stock market, more investments in crypto, more investments in gold and silver and precious metals. But either way you slice it, you better get investing. Here we go. Yankee Stacking, another donation to the channel. Thank you so much, my brother. I teach PML to my members. I know you do, Yankee. That's what I'm talking about. You can use your money and loan it out to people temporarily, 6 months to a year, for them to build something, and then they give it back to you plus interest. Or they can pay interest monthly on the money as well, which most often happens. And then at the end of 6 to 12 months, whenever the contract is, you get to make that money plus a little bit extra profit. Depends on how you structure your contracts. Remember, you're the CEO. All right, Yankee. That's right. So another reason to check out Yankee Stacking's channel. All right. Millionaires made in 2021. That's right, Curtis Davis. And they were made in 2020. So let's keep it going. That's what we're doing. Emerging millionaires are in the house. That's it. The Biden way. Renewable energies. Carl Dillard, welcome to the live stream. Glad to see you here this evening. Thank you so much for being a member of the channel. And we're almost about to wrap it up, but I'm glad to see you here. Thank you so much. Everybody can watch this channel, watch the video again. Please watch any previous videos because I've gone over credit as an asset, crypto as an asset, gold, silver, precious metals as an asset, real estate as an asset, you yourself as an asset, your name, your brand as an asset, especially if you use social media. All an asset. Utilize it because you're going to have to in 2021 and beyond. And by the way, did you guys know on Snapchat, they have something that's like TikTok? They're cutting people checks. It's been quiet, but they are. So you might want to start doing your little TikToking type videos, put them on Snapchat, see if you're going to start getting checks cut. Monetize yourself. All right? John 82, welcome to the live stream, and he's a new member of the channel. Nice to see that icon next to your name. And John 82, welcome to the party, my man. Welcome to the team, SSN Nation. Emerging millionaire. Welcome. Glad to see you. And don't miss our Friday Night Live. Since you're a new member of the channel, we normally do Friday Night Lives. But I decided to do a member-only chat tonight on a Wednesday because the stock market is heating up. And wanted to get everybody to understand what's going to happen in 2021 and what we should be investing in. It doesn't take that much. Just start with $50, $100, $1,000, $5,000, whatever your threshold of pain is. That's what you got to start with, and you got to start doing it now. Don't miss out because you've already missed out on 1,000% gains, 600% gains, 500% gains from last March. But we're going to do it again this year as well. And don't forget about our girl, Kathy Wood, for ARK funds. I don't really care. She's got the ARK Genome Fund, the ARK Fintech Fund, the ARK Everything Funds. She's the one. She's going to have the ARK Space Fund coming out, ARK X. And I'm going to be in that one as well. All right? So you guys got to watch out for all these opportunities that have arisen. And if you missed this live stream, please watch the video because there were gems dropped by members of the channel like always. So please watch the videos, share the videos. And if you have forgotten about the free shares of stock, I haven't. Down below, Robinhood and Webull link. Robinhood, 1 free share of stock for downloading the software. You're going to have to link a bank account with Plaid. That's the only way they're going to give you your free share of stock. Webull, they're still giving 2 free shares of stock for signing up. You deposit $100 or more, they give you 2 more free shares of stock. And both of those apps, you want to share with other people and share your link. Why? Because when somebody gets their free share of stock, you also get another free share of stock. Make money however you can make money. Monetize yourself, ladies and gentlemen. That's the name of the game for 2021 and beyond. All right, now, we're going to end this, but here we go. Again, welcome to the squad, John 82. Thank you so much for becoming a member of the channel. And please watch any of the previous videos in case you haven't before, because there's lots of valuable information. All right? Thank you so much. I like that 100. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for being here. Thank you for watching the videos. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here. That's why we got to talk about investments. That's why we have to talk about making your money work while you sleep, not the other way around. Again, I reiterate, you work 9 to 5, or shall I say 7 to 6. You work for a paycheck. You take that money and you buy things. You don't want to do it that way. You want to take that money and invest it in something, and that something you invested in, that's what's going to pay for the next items. Okay? That's how we're doing this now. So that's why you can use your credit. Your investment vehicles, such as your stocks, your crypto, you can borrow against that and still keep the value of the funds in case they go up. That's why you want to build your portfolio in stocks, crypto, real estate. You can always borrow against assets. And that's what you want. That's where you want your money to go towards. Those assets, they go up in value, which means you can borrow more money. And when you borrow money, you're only buying more assets that bring you streams of income. Keep it up. Keep thinking. Hopefully you got it. And with all that said, keep your head up. Keep moving. And I'm out.